The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 23, 2024 are here. Next week, fans can expect Lauren Fenmore Baldwin to say too much to Phyllis Summers. Ian&Jordan dons a Santa hat, but Jordan could just receive coals. Plus, Sharon Newman makes a shocking realization. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, very Newman Christmas. E&R spoilers for the week of December 23 reveal that the Newman family will come together for the holidays. Victor Newman and Nikki Newman will host their annual Christmas party. This time, there will be one more family member, Claire Grace Newman. Despite Victor's feelings about Claire's father, Cole Howard will attend the party with Victoria Newman. At one point, Cole and Claire interrupt a romantic smooch between Victor and Nikki. Claire will mention that they aren't even under any mistletoe. Y&R spoilers. Diane Jenkins Abbott's determination. Over with Diane Jenkins Abbott, she wants to find a way to prove herself to Kyle Abbott. Diane had an interesting conversation with Esther Valentine. So after that chat, Diane will try to come up with a major sacrifice that will guarantee her redemption. Later, Diane offers a toast to the Abbott family. While Ashley Abbott happily plays along, Tracy Abbott is hesitant to even raise her glass. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman's Epiphany. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 23 reveal that Sharon will have a new perspective after her second hypnosis session. After recalling what happened at Heather Stevens' penthouse, Sharon will be determined to get to the truth. Sharon will ask for Nick Newman's help. Not much can be done over the holidays. Plus, Nick might encourage Sharon that she needs to have a little normalcy right now. So Sharon and Nick celebrate at home with Mariah Copeland, Tessa Porter, and Faith Newman. I&R spoilers. Week of December 23, 2024. Next week, fans might see Ian wearing a Santa hat. The image was released a while ago, but that scene still hasn't aired. While Jordan hopes to get Ian moving on the Claire situation, she could continue to get nothing. Also, Phyllis has another confrontation with Lauren. As Lauren continues defending Michael Baldwin, Phyllis will just push some more. That leads to Lauren blurting out just a tad too much. So this could explain Phyllis taking her vengeful scheme in another direction. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most next week? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, December 20, reveal that Nick Newman will deal with growing concerns. Following Sharon Newman's latest hypnosis session, Nick will fear that the person who eliminated Heather Stevens could go after Sharon next. Of course, Sharon already remembered that someone else ran Phyllis Summers off the road, so Nick will fret over all the danger. It's clear that Sharon is being targeted since they have evidence that her pill and pill bottle were tainted with PCP. Nick won't know how all this fits together yet, but he'll definitely panic over Sharon's safety and plan to keep a close eye on her. Over with Ian&Jordan, he'll remind Jordan that she's got a job to do. Ian has tasked Jordan with making sure Sharon faces a grim fate, so he'll expect her to get the ball rolling on that. I&R spoilers say Ian will pressure Jordan into a dirty scheme on Friday's episode, so we'll see if that relates to a fatal Sharon plot. It may take some time to set everything in motion, but Ian will definitely want to make sure Sharon gets taken out for good. Until then, Ian will concentrate on his part in this crisscross partnership. Since Ian plans to charm Tessa Porter and strike up a friendship, he'll lay the groundwork for that. Tessa will indeed get tricked in Friday's show, so it sounds like Ian will take the first steps toward lowering her guard and befriending her. Ian will seem harmless as far as Tessa is concerned, but he'll have plenty of sinister intentions as he makes his big move. Over with Daniel Romalotti Jr., he'll continue his efforts to stay strong for Lucy Romalotti's sake. Although Daniel is still dealing with a lot of devastation, he'll put on a brave face and hope to get Lucy through her own period of mourning. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Daniel will get updates on some huge Heather news in the not-too-distant future, so stick with us for predictions on his reaction. Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, December 19 promise some bombshells are about to be dropped in the land of Genoa City. Next on Young and the Restless, one person enters the canvas to help with the search, while two exes make a shocking discovery and a character alters their plans. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Thursday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back, Denise Tolliver. My and our spoilers for Thursday, December 19 note that private investigator Denise Tolliver returns to the canvas, as Nate Hastings and Amy Lewis will ask her for assistance in finding Damien. It looks like Tolliver will lay out some ground rules about the investigation. Will Nate and Amy follow them? My and our spoilers. Schick's shocking discovery. Across town, my and our spoilers for Thursday, December 19 suggest that Nick Newman and Sharon Newman will make a shocking discovery. Considering Vale Bloom is supposed to make an appearance during this show, it sounds like Alan Laurent will hypnotize Sharon on the night of Heather's demise. But what will she remember? Fans will have to tune in to find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis Summers makes changes. Lastly, why and our spoilers for Thursday hint that despite having her plan laid out, Phyllis Summers is going to make some important adjustments. What exactly is this all about? Fans know that Phyllis refuses to come forward about her own flashback memory to the night of her car crash. She insisted it was Sharon who hit her, even though she now remembers a pickup truck heading towards her. Sharon was hypnotized earlier this week and remembered the same thing, so if Phyllis changes her plan and goes against the truth, will this end up biting her in the butt? Are you excited about Thursday's show? Comment below. Make sure to tune into the CBS Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and check out SOS regularly for the most up-to-date Young and the Restless spoilers and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers recap for Thursday, December 19, reveals that Daniel Romalotti Jr. and Lucy Romalotti will watch as someone takes away the last boxes of Heather Stevens stuff. After going through everything, Daniel and Lucy will be donating Heather's belongings. Phyllis Summers will show up and give Lucy some comfort before asking Daniel for some advice. Over lunch at Society, Phyllis will mention that she turned down Billy Abbott's offer to team up against Victor Newman. However, Phyllis will worry it was a mistake since she'll be desperate for something new to focus on. Daniel will understand that, but he'll insist Phyllis should steer clear of Billy's revenge plot and make a prediction about it only dragging her down with him. After Daniel leaves on Thursday's I and R episode, Phyllis will text Billy in hopes of meeting up and talking. At the cottage, Sharon Newman won't be able to stand it any longer, so she'll tell Nick Newman that she's called Alan Laurent over for her next hypnosis session. Nick will worry about Sharon pushing herself too soon, but Sharon's mind will be made up. Michael Baldwin will also be present as Sharon once again gets hypnotized. Once Alan takes Sharon back to the night of Heather's demise, Sharon will recall going there with the intention of poisoning Daniel, though she'll admit she couldn't go through with it. Sharon will also recall how fearful she felt after Heather showed up and didn't buy her excuses. After Sharon remembers shoving Heather to the floor, she'll also recall that Heather said she was out of her mind and ultimately got up. During a flashback, there will be a hand wearing a black glove on Sharon's shoulder just before she gets weak on her feet and falls back on the sofa. Sharon will struggle to push past all the haziness, but she'll eventually remember hearing a noise before Heather screamed and fell to the floor. Once Sharon comes out of hypnosis, she'll realize she's innocent. Sharon won't know if Heather tripped or something else happened, but she'll know for a fact that she didn't kill her. At Crimson Lights, Denise Tolliver will assure Nate Hastings and Amy Lewis that she didn't approach Damien at his current address, just as Nate requested. It'll be up to Nate and Amy to decide what they do next, but Denise will advise making a move fast, since Damien changes jobs and homes so often. Nate will agree to fly to Los Angeles today, but Amy will be hesitant to join him. Reality will hit hard as Amy worries about Damien's reaction to all her deception regarding his father and half-brother. Nevertheless, Nate will suggest that maybe Damien will be grateful to find out the truth and get the chance to spend time with Amy now that she's fading fast. Amy's goal was to avoid leaving things left unsaid, so Nate will remind her of that. Amy will finally agree to fly to LA with Nate, but she'll want to stay in the hotel while he makes the first move with Damien. That'll be good enough for Nate, who will also text Audra Charles to ask how she'd feel about a trip to Los Angeles. The Young and the Restless spoilers say the search for Damien will come with more twists and turns, so stay tuned for updates on all the shocking news and heated confrontations. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, December 19, place Sharon, Nick, and Phyllis in a position of having to reassess everything they thought they knew and everything they were planning to do next. Forging ahead. Sharon was delighted when Alan hypnotized her into remembering that she was not the one who drove Phyllis off the road. It was a mystery truck driven by a mystery person who fled the mystery scene of the crime. So now all they have to do is find him or her. How hard could that be? In any case, Sharon is now prepared to defend herself in a way she wasn't before, so that's a step in the right direction. And Nick, of course, will be there for her every step of the way, which is why they both walk straight into danger. Third-party system. Phyllis has known for a while that it wasn't Sharon who caused her accident. But why let the truth get in the way of a good story? Especially if said story sends Sharon to prison and allows Phyllis to do a victory dance while taunting, "Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha," at the top of her lungs, all in the name of truth, justice, and Phyllis' beloved children. This is all for Daniel and Lucy after all. Of course, Phyllis may need to amend her revenge plan just a tiny bit. Sharon is still awful, and Phyllis is still amazing, but she'll need to tone down the rhetoric just a smidge. Private eyes are watching you. Nate told Amy that he decided to search for Damien, which meant hiring private detective Denise. Thanks, Nate. Could Amy not have done that on her own? Damien isn't hiding from the law or working particularly hard not to be found, so odds are he should be headed to Genoa City any day now. Soap actors are busy. Their days are packed with filming. Such is the case for the Young and the Restless star Jason Thompson. He carved out extra time from his busy schedule to focus on his passion. He took fans along with him. Buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Heading to the desert. Thompson reposted a video from Rancho West Organic Beer, which featured him in their latest footage on Instagram. When he's not playing bad boy Billy Abbott on Y&R, he has a need for extreme sports. Thompson went for beers and dirt bikes with his friends. He had to set aside time to make this magical moment happen. Life can be busy, sometimes even hectic. It can be tough to carve out any extra time for our passions, Thompson explained. Yet these moments spent with friends, laughing and eating dust, enrich our lives in every way. The soap star wouldn't have it any other way. It was worth it. Thompson hit the desert with his friends. They visited the new charging outpost in Joshua Tree, where they had a session at the Palm Springs Sur Club. The group got together for beers and good times. They also hit the surf, as evidenced in the video. They also had good digs. Thompson thanked Ace Hotel Palm Springs for the warm hospitality. He teased that more was to come. Cheers to the friends who make it all possible. Here's to more adventures ahead. Stay tuned and join us. Thompson concluded his Instagram post. My and our fans flocked to the post to share their thoughts. Most of them were revved up by his extreme passion. One user commented, "This looks epic." Another user noted, "That's awesome dirt." A third user simply summed it up as life's simple pleasures. It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is the company you keep. Thompson was stoked to spend time with the guys. The young and the restless spoilers. The truth revealed. Jordan's lost daughter and Claire's fate. Genoa City buzzed with its usual intrigue, but beneath the surface lay secrets waiting to erupt. Jordan and Ian&Jordan, thought to have fled, were still lurking in the shadows, unseen, unknown, and undetected. They plotted their next move, but as their plans unfolded, a truth buried for decades began to surface, a truth that could change everything. Jordan's painful past. Jordan had always carried a gaping void in her heart. Years ago, she had given birth to a baby girl, only to have her stolen hours after birth. The pain of that loss consumed her, shaping her into the person she had become. Unable to accept the void, she had taken desperate measures, kidnapping Claire, a newborn at the same hospital, and raising her as her own. But Jordan's belief that Claire was her daughter was built on lies. Claire wasn't her biological child, and the real daughter she had lost was closer than she ever imagined. That daughter was Audra Charles, a woman with a dark and mysterious past, now entangled in the power plays of Genoa City. The keeper of secrets, Cole. The truth about Audra's identity had been hidden for decades by one man. Cole, a former doctor at the hospital where Jordan and Victoria had given birth. Cole had witnessed the chaos that unfolded that fateful night. He had seen the switch, the despair in Jordan's eyes, and the desperation that drove her to take Claire. For years, Cole kept this secret, believing it was best to let sleeping dogs lie. But now, with Claire's life hanging in the balance, Cole realized that revealing the truth might be the only way to save her. The revelation. Cole reached out to Sharon and Nick, knowing they were key players in the unfolding drama. In a tense private meeting, he confessed everything. It was a chaotic night, Cole began, his voice heavy with guilt. Jordan and Victoria both gave birth within hours of each other. Jordan's baby, she was taken. I don't know by who or why, but when she found out, she was devastated. She wasn't thinking clearly. She saw Claire, Victoria's baby, and she took her. Nick's jaw tightened as the weight of the revelation hit him. "So Claire isn't Jordan's biological daughter?" he asked. Cole shook his head. "No, Claire belongs with Victoria, but Jordan's real daughter, she's here, she's Audra Charles." Sharon gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. "Audra, are you sure?" "Yes," Cole confirmed. "The hospital records match. Audra is Jordan's biological daughter, and she has no idea. But Jordan deserves to know the truth. If we can use this information, maybe we can save Claire." The young and the restless spoilers document that Kyle Abbott isn't allowing himself to move on. While he recently claimed to bury the soapy hatchet with his mother, Diane Abbott realizes that some undetermined amount of time will be needed for her son to heal fully. Jack Abbott's advice to his wife and son has been solid to date. He is less worried than Diane and Kyle. However, Jack may be underselling Victor Newman's mind game's impact on his family and the corrosive effect that seems to persist. Meanwhile, Claire Newman is a bright spot in Kyle's life. She is taking the next step in her professional career and progressing with the man she's falling in love with. The young and the restless spoilers, Jack Abbott knows the score. Victor and Jack have sparred many times through the decades. Their battle ranks with the great ones in this enduring and endearing steamer's history. Having battle scars, Jack is immune to most of what the moustache throws at him. He's seen it all and is mentally tough. But Diane and Kyle can't say the same in this storyline. It's a bit of a stretch to believe that Diane, who was twice married to Victor and bested him herself on more than one occasion, would be shaken by him. But suspending disbelief is necessary to accept that this time, the young and the restless spoilers, Kyle Abbott has to shake it off. Kyle's uncertainty is more believable. However, he was once mentored by him during his youth and was just recently used as one of the glissade pawns. The best course of action he can take is to focus on what his parents told him. They wanted to force him away from Victor and succeeded. They've all explained themselves and don't need to talk that matter to death any further. Additionally, Kyle must look to the future, which includes Claire. While Summer Newman may play a renewed role in his romantic life someday, possibly sooner than he anticipates, Claire's feelings for him are pure and should be embraced. She is a positive light that can lead him away from self-pity and self-sabotage. The young and the restless spoilers, Claire Newman is positive. Summer is the love of Kyle's life, but there appears to be room for a new love as well. Claire represents a breath of fresh daytime air. He is her first romantic connection, which places Kyle significantly in her quickly developing life. Fans know that Jordan Howard is a lurking threat, so the coming conflict she represents implies that Kyle and Claire can further deepen their bond. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the young and the restless. Check back regularly for Y and R spoilers and news. The young and the restless spoilers reveal that Sally Spectra is slowly opening her heart to Billy Abbott, but is she making a mistake? Billy is clearly attracted to Sally and knows how to flirt, but that doesn't mean these two are built to last. Unfortunately, Billy's desire for revenge on Victor Newman seems to trump everything else right now. When Billy gets an idea like this stuck in his head, it tends to consume him. Billy may not give Sally the attention she needs in the coming weeks or months as a result. This seems like a situation where Billy's own selfish desires could cost him Sally if he's not careful. That's especially true if Billy and Phyllis Summers' friendship dips back into romantic territory. Phyllis and Billy could surrender to temptation at some point, so there will be multiple ways for Billy to let Sally down. If that happens, it could lead to Sally falling for someone else and getting a surprising new romantic option. We can think of a few possibilities that would send Sally in a totally new direction. If Audra Charles and Nate Hastings hit some bumps in the road, maybe Sally could be paired with Nate next. That could take Audra and Sally from friends to enemies sooner or later. Of course, Nate's half-brother, Damien, might also be a romantic contender for Sally. There have been rumblings that Damien and Lily Winters may become a couple, but nothing is set in stone at this point. However, Y and R fans can't forget about Daniel Romalotti Jr. will need somebody to move on with eventually. Daniel is still grieving the loss of Heather Stevens right now, but there'll come a day when he ultimately falls for someone else. Could Sally end up being a good match for Daniel? Time will tell, but our predictions hint that Billy may disappoint Sally and could set the stage for her to seek love elsewhere. The young and the restless spoilers say Sally will see some new sides of Billy that she perhaps doesn't like, so stay tuned for updates on any major romantic news. Chelsea Lawson has had a very checkered past on the young and the restless. Over the years, we have seen many shades of her character, the good, the bad, and the straight-up evil. However, in recent times, she has really tried to pull herself together and walk a straight path. She did fall off the straight and narrow momentarily when she slept with Adam Newman in Maryland. But that was something that happened in the heat of the moment, and not because she was trying to cheat on Billy. Neither did she have any malicious intentions. However, it seems that a shift is about to come for Chelsea. Lately, the character has become sort of boring. It is a far cry from the fiery Chelsea that we loved watching. Most fans have started to crave more from her. Not too long ago, we saw Chelsea endure a major mental health torment, and Melissa Claire Egan was phenomenal as Chelsea in that storyline. Thus, a lull patch after such a high is really disappointing. Perhaps it could be time for Chelsea to embrace her dormant bad girl personality on The Young and the Restless. When we say this, we don't mean that she should become full-blown sinister. We understand that she has matured up in recent years and is a responsible mother to Connor. Yet, there is scope for her to shed the dullness and bring back some kick into her character. Actress Melissa Claire Egan recently posted some BTS pictures on her social media that featured her in some really cool and edgy wardrobe. We wonder if that's a hint towards a shift in her character. We saw something similar recently on B&B with Luna Nozowa. When her sinister side started to surface, her wardrobe choices shifted from light shades to dark leather jackets and jeans. The wardrobe really plays a major role in setting the theme of a character, so we really can't ignore the new edge clothing Melissa has been donning as Chelsea. If she really is about to embrace her bad girl side, we are truly thrilled. We can't wait to find out what's in store next for Chelsea. Meanwhile, do you also miss her bad girl era? Tell us in the comments. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Diane Jenkins Abbott has to nail down a strategy to truly win Kyle Abbott over. In the December 18 episode, Esther Valentine offered some good advice about committing a truly selfless act that was personal, not professional. Diane made some progress with Kyle by handing him back the Jabot co-CEO job, but it wasn't enough to fix what's broken between them. If Diane wants to earn Kyle's total acceptance and forgiveness, she's going to have to think outside the corporate box. Diane will work on figuring out the ultimate sacrifice that'll help her show who she really is at her core. However, it may be tough for Diane to settle on something that'll convince Kyle of her positive transformation. Anything Diane might try could come across as fake and manipulative. Is it really a selfless act if Diane is doing this to get what she wants? Perhaps Y&R is setting the stage for a different scenario instead. There could be a situation coming up where Diane will make the ultimate sacrifice in the form of trading her life for someone else's. Harrison Abbott is a possibility, but Claire Newman makes more sense considering the current storyline. Claire is becoming more important to Kyle every day. So what if Diane somehow gets an opportunity to rescue her from danger? If Diane saves Claire instinctively and puts her own safety on the back burner, that could change everything for Kyle. It could leave Kyle feeling a debt of gratitude, but it could also leave him terrified if Diane almost loses her own life in the process. Jack Abbott and Tracy Abbott offered some possible hints about that as well. After Tracy suggested no one wanted Kyle and Diane's reconciliation to come too late, Jack had a potentially ominous response. Like it was with our mother, practically on her deathbed, Jack said in the December 18 episode. What if that was a clue that Diane will face a deathbed dilemma of her own? Kyle may wind up fearing that he's indeed too late to forgive his mom. Of course, Diane would hopefully pull through in the end and get the forgiveness she's craving. Everyone could get a happy ending, but some danger could play out in the meantime. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Jordan and Ian Ward will indeed put Claire in danger in the coming weeks, so Diane might have a chance to play the hero. Whatever the case, our predictions point to Diane pulling off a selfless act that'll prove she can be trusted, so stay tuned for updates on whether some risky Claire news will be involved. The Young and the Restless spoilers, the truth unveiled, Diane's dilemma, and Jack's legacy. In the idyllic yet stormy world of Genoa City, few stories are as gripping and emotionally charged as the complex relationships within the Abbott family. At the heart of this web lies Jack Abbott, a man who has devoted his life to his family and their legacy, and Diane Jenkins, a woman carrying a secret that threatens to shake their world. As the threads of deception begin to unravel, the consequences promise to test the bounds of love, loyalty, and forgiveness. Jack's unwavering devotion. Jack Abbott has always been a pillar of strength for those he loves, and his actions for Diane and Kyle have been nothing short of extraordinary. As a husband and father, he has dedicated himself to creating a secure and prosperous future for them, especially for Kyle, who he sees as the Abbott family's heir and the future CEO of Abbott. Jack's unwavering commitment to Kyle transcends any doubts or rumors about his paternity. To him, Kyle is his son in every way that matters, but even the strongest foundations can crack under the weight of hidden truths. Diane's burden of guilt. Diane Jenkins has lived with a heavy secret for years, a secret that could shatter the life Jack has built for their family. She knows the truth about Kyle's biological father, a truth she has concealed out of fear and desperation. As a wife and mother, Diane believes she owes it to Jack and Kyle to finally confess. The man who has given her and their son everything deserves to know the full story, no matter how painful it might be. Her guilt is compounded by the knowledge that Jack has faced countless challenges and betrayals in his life. Diane's decision to keep the secret wasn't born out of malice, but out of a desperate hope to protect her son's future and preserve the fragile family they've built. But now, as the shadows of the past loom larger, Diane realizes that the time for truth has come. The question everyone asks, who is Kyle's father? For years, whispers and speculations have surrounded Kyle's paternity. In Genoa City, secrets rarely stay buried, and the question of Kyle's true father has become a topic of endless curiosity. Jack, however, has chosen to rise above the gossip. In his heart, Kyle is his son, the embodiment of his hopes and dreams for the Abbott legacy. He has poured his love, resources, and guidance into Kyle, grooming him to take over Abbott and safeguard the family's honor. But Diane knows the truth. Revealing it could either solidify their bond or destroy everything. The truth cannot wait. Diane understands that Jack needs to know the truth now. The longer she waits, the deeper the betrayal will cut. This secret wasn't something she planned or wanted to keep. It was the result of a long-ago mistake, a moment she never expected to define their lives. Yet here she is, standing at the precipice of honesty, knowing that her confession could change everything. Kyle is blameless in all of this. He is the same son Jack has always loved, the same man Jack envisions as the Abbott family's future. But will Jack's love for Kyle withstand the revelation that he may not be his biological father? Will Jack's devotion to the Abbott legacy transcend biology, or will this revelation fracture their family beyond repair? Jack's crossroads, acceptance or rejection. Jack faces an agonizing choice. He could let his anger and hurt dictate his actions, driving Diane and Kyle away in a moment of emotional turmoil. But doing so would repeat the mistakes of his past, leaving him haunted by yet another estranged relationship. Alternatively, Jack could choose forgiveness, reaffirming that Kyle is his son in every way that matters. After a period of soul-searching, Jack comes to a realization. Family is not defined by genetics, but by love, loyalty, and shared history. He decides to embrace Kyle as his son, regardless of the truth about his paternity. This choice not only solidifies his bond with Kyle, but also reaffirms Jack's commitment to being a father figure who transcends biology. The path to redemption, searching for chemo. While Jack's acceptance of Kyle brings a sense of closure, it reignites his yearning to reconnect with Chemo, a son from his past. Jack begins a heartfelt search, reaching out to old contacts and using every resource at his disposal to locate his estranged son. The journey is not without challenges. Years of silence and distance have created a chasm that may not be easily bridged, but Jack's determination is unyielding. For him, finding Chemo is not just about redemption. It's about reclaiming a part of his life that he thought was lost forever. This quest becomes a parallel storyline, offering Jack an opportunity to heal old wounds and rebuild a relationship he once believed was beyond repair. Love, forgiveness, and the power of truth. In Genoa City, secrets have a way of coming to light, and the Abbott family is no stranger to the turmoil they bring. Diane's confession is not just a moment of personal reckoning. It is an opportunity for Jack and Kyle to redefine their relationship and for their family to confront the past with honesty and courage. No matter what happens, one truth remains: Kyle has always been, and will always be, the son Jack hoped for. The bonds of love and family are tested in moments like these. It is in these tests that the strength of those bonds is truly revealed. As Diane takes the first step toward the truth, the Abbott family stands on the brink of transformation. Will their love and loyalty endure, or will this revelation mark the end of an era? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the journey will leave an indelible mark on their lives and the legacy they hold dear. The Young and the Restless spoilers, the redemption of Jordan, a battle against Ian&Jordan. Jordan had reached her breaking point. Years of deceit, manipulation, and crime had drained her of any remaining shred of peace. The weight of her actions pressed heavily on her chest, suffocating her under the shame of what she had become. It was a life she no longer wanted to live. For the first time in decades, she questioned her purpose. Why was she doing this? What did it all mean? Amidst this crisis of conscience, one thought rose above the chaos: CLA. CLA, the young Newan woman whose strength, integrity, and kindness reminded Jordan of what she had lost within herself. More than anything, Jordan longed for CLA's acceptance and forgiveness. The desire to be loved, to be worthy of someone's trust again, became the light guiding her out of her darkness, a desperate plea for redemption. A decision that changes everything. One night, Jordan made a decision that would change everything. She fled Ian&Jordan's grasp, defying the man whose shadow had loomed over her for so long. Heart pounding and eyes filled with tears, she sought out CLA. When she finally found her, Jordan broke down, her usually composed demeanor crumbling as sobs racked her body. "I can't do this anymore," Jordan choked out, tears streaming down her face. "I've done terrible things, CLA. Hurt people, destroyed lives. And for what? For Ian? For myself? I don't even know anymore. I want to be better. I want to be someone you could love, someone who deserves your forgiveness." CLA, initially taken aback, felt a swell of empathy for the broken woman standing before her. This was not the cold, calculating Jordan she had come to fear. This was someone desperate for redemption, someone who saw no way out of the labyrinth of her mistakes. Without hesitation, CLA stepped forward and wrapped her arms around Jordan. It was an act of grace Jordan never thought she'd receive. "If you want to fix this," CLA said softly but firmly, "you need to own up to what you've done. Confess everything. Go to the police, serve your time, and make amends. Only then can you truly be free. Only then can you start a new life. And maybe, one day, I'll be able to forgive you fully." The fear of Ian&Jordan. While CLA's words offered a path to redemption, they also came with a terrifying risk. Jordan knew Ian&Jordan better than anyone. He would never let her go without a fight. The man was ruthless, a master manipulator who silenced anyone who dared defy him. Jordan's betrayal would undoubtedly put a target on her back. "Ian will kill me," Jordan whispered, her voice trembling. "He won't let me go, CLA. If I confess, if I even try to run, he'll hunt me down." CLA, always pragmatic and determined, refused to let fear dictate their next steps. "Then we won't let him," she said firmly. "If Ian is the problem, we'll take him down together. You and me, a team. He can't hurt you if we're 2 steps ahead of him." Jordan stared at CLA, a flicker of hope breaking through her fear. Could this young woman, so full of courage, really help her stand up to Ian? Could they succeed where so many had failed? For the first time in years, Jordan felt a glimmer of optimism, forgiveness, and strategy. Over the following days, Jordan and CLA forged an alliance. Their shared goal was clear: neutralize Ian&Jordan once and for all. They began crafting a plan, one that would not only protect Jordan, but also expose Ian's crimes to the authorities. CLA's involvement gave Jordan the strength to push forward, bolstered by the hope of earning her forgiveness. But CLA's readiness to forgive came with a question mark. Was her compassion genuine, or was it part of a larger plan to manipulate Jordan into doing the right thing? Jordan couldn't shake the doubt in the back of her mind. Did CLA truly see her as someone worth redeeming, or was she using her as a pawn to bring Ian down? Despite these uncertainties, Jordan pressed on, determined to prove that her change of heart was sincere. For the first time in years, she felt the pull of a higher purpose, one that extended beyond her own survival. The plan unfolds. CLA and Jordan devised a multi-step strategy to defeat Ian. The first step was gathering evidence, concrete proof of his misdeeds that would force the authorities to act. Jordan, having worked closely with Ian, had access to key information that could unravel his operations. It was risky, requiring her to return to the lion's den, but she was willing to take the chance. At the same time, CLA worked to secure the support of the Newman family. With their resources and influence, they could ensure that both Jordan and the evidence were protected from Ian's reach. CLA's involvement also gave Jordan an additional layer of credibility, signaling to others that her intentions were genuine. A complex resolution. As the plan began to take shape, tensions rose. Ian, growing suspicious of Jordan's sudden absence, began to tighten his grip on his network, making it harder for her to gather the information she needed. Meanwhile, the police, initially hesitant to believe her claims, started to take notice as the evidence mounted. For Jordan, the process was both terrifying and liberating. With each step, she felt a little closer to reclaiming her humanity, but the shadow of Ian Ward loomed large, a constant reminder of the danger she faced. The moment of truth. The day of reckoning arrived. Armed with the evidence they had painstakingly collected, CLA and Jordan confronted Ian, setting a trap that would lead to his arrest. It was a tense, high-stakes showdown, with Ian realizing too late that the walls were closing in on him. Jordan, shaking but resolute, faced Ian for the final time. "You don't control me anymore," she said, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. "This ends now." Ian's arrest was a victory, but it came with lingering questions. Would the legal system truly hold him accountable, or would he find a way to manipulate his way out of justice once again? The aftermath. With Ian behind bars, Jordan turned herself in, following through on her promise to CLA. Her confession was met with mixed reactions. Some saw her as a villain seeking redemption, while others admired her courage in facing the consequences of her actions. CLA, true to her word, stood by Jordan's side, offering her support as she began the process of atoning for her sins. For Jordan, the road ahead was uncertain, but she finally felt free. Free from Ian, free from the lies, and free to build a life that mattered. CLA's forgiveness, while not yet complete, was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, redemption was possible. A final question. As Jordan embraced her new path, one lingering doubt remained. Was CLA's forgiveness genuine, or had it been a calculated move to secure justice for her family? The answer, perhaps, didn't matter. For now, Jordan was at peace, ready to face whatever came next with courage and clarity. In the young and the restless, nothing is ever as it seems, and the bonds of trust are often tested in the most unexpected ways. Jordan's journey may just be beginning, but one thing is clear: her alliance with CLA has changed both their lives forever. Summer Newman's tangled love life is taking center stage in The Young and the Restless, and viewers are divided over her next romantic steps. Following her breakup with Detective Chance Chancellor, Summer has been showing subtle signs of rekindling her connection with ex-lover Kyle Abbott, a development that's left fans with mixed emotions. While some hope for Kyle and Summer to reignite their once passionate love, Others feel the past wounds Kyle inflicted make their reunion a recipe for disaster. Kyle and Summer's relationship history is complicated, marked by both tender moments and painful betrayals. Kyle's scandal with Audra Charles pushed their love to the brink, leaving Summer emotionally scared. Although some fans see their love story as iconic and deserving of a second chance, others argue it's time for Summer to move forward and embrace a fresh start. With this ongoing fan divide, the introduction of a new character could offer a much-needed shakeup. Enter Evan Hofer, best known to General Hospital fans as Dex Heller. After facing a life-threatening storyline in GH, Hofer expressed in a recent interview his eagerness to explore new roles. His charisma and acting range make him an exciting candidate for a pivotal role in Summer's life. Hofer's potential character could bring a fresh dynamic to Summer's storyline. A classic bad boy archetype, charming yet mysterious, confident but conflicted, would be a sharp contrast to her previous partners. Such a character could not only spark passion but also push Summer out of her comfort zone, allowing her to rediscover her independence and strength. A bold new romance for Summer. Summer's past relationship with Chance Chancellor provided stability, but their love lacked the fiery spark she craves. Introducing Hofer as a charismatic bad boy or a young, ambitious entrepreneur with a complicated past could create the dramatic romance Summer needs. This relationship would undoubtedly be filled with twists and turns, forcing Summer to confront her fears and embrace a bolder, more daring side of herself. Additionally, the chemistry between Evan Hofer and Allison Lanier, who plays Summer, could elevate the storytelling. Lanier's ability to deliver raw emotion in her performances aligns perfectly with the intensity Hofer could bring to the screen. Their potential pairing could offer viewers a love story that's equal parts passionate and tumultuous, a welcome change from the repetition of her past relationships. Fan reactions, divided yet hopeful. The young and the restless fan community remains divided. While some continue to root for Kyle and Summer, believing their love can overcome past hardships, others see Kyle's current relationship with Claire Newman as a better fit for his future. At the same time, many viewers want Summer to escape the shadows of her past and embark on an entirely new chapter. Hofer's arrival as Summer's love interest could satisfy this desire for a narrative shift. His character's unpredictable nature would not only add intrigue, but also provide a fresh perspective on Summer's journey. Whether he portrays a brand new character or a reimagined version of someone like Theo Vanderway, his presence could breathe new life into the show's romantic arcs. What lies ahead for Summer Newman? Summer stands at a crossroads. Will she return to Kyle Abbott, risking further heartbreak, or will she take a leap into the unknown with someone new? The addition of Evan Hofer to the cast holds the promise of an exciting, transformative storyline for Summer, a chance to grow, explore new depths, and find a love that challenges and inspires her. As fans eagerly await the next developments, one thing is certain: Evan Hofer's potential role could mark the beginning of one of the most compelling love stories in the history of The Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless predictions suspect Sharon Newman may uncover several shocking memories when she goes back under hypnosis, which could change everything on the CBS Sudser. Sharon Newman hypnotized on Young and the Restless. Recently, on Young and the Restless, Sharon Newman decided to try hypnosis to find out what went down during her blackouts from the PCP. She met with psychiatrist Alan Laurent, who practices hypnotherapy, and got started immediately. Of course, she knew there was a chance she wouldn't recover any memories, but they've already begun to come to the surface in her first session, and she's starting to get some answers. However, as she explores her subconscious on Young and the Restless, she will likely get a bigger shock than she expects. One Sharon recalls a truck tailing Phyllis on Y and R. During Sharon Newman's first hypnosis session with Alan Laurent, she remembered something. She recalled seeing a dark truck going after Phyllis Summers the night of her accident. The truck came up behind her, and she pulled over to let it go by. Phyllis also recalls seeing a truck. Surely it's the same one. Sharon said she heard a crash and was sure that somebody got hurt on Young and the Restless. The memory upset Sharon, so Alan snapped her out of it. She said the sound of the crash was off in the distance, so she couldn't have been the one to cause it. By the end of that session, she was sure she did not run Phyllis off the road. Indeed, it will be a twist if Phyllis Summers becomes a part of Sharon's exoneration. Sharon wanted to go further, but Alan didn't want to push her too hard or too fast. But Sharon is optimistic that she will remember more and possibly from her other blackouts. Of course, what she uncovers could be upsetting on Young and the Restless, and this worries Nick Newman. He also thinks that whoever was driving the truck may have also drugged Sharon. Indeed, he is right. Most likely, it was evil villainous Jordan Howard. Of course, Ian Ward might have been behind the wheel, but it's more likely that it was Jordan because she's been following Ian's orders and doing most of his dirty work. 2. Memory of Jordan killing Heather surfaces on Young and the Restless. Another memory that could come flooding back to Sharon that's even more shocking is seeing Jordan kill Heather Stevens. When Sharon got into the scuffle with Heather, she blacked out. When she came to, she saw that Heather was dead and lying in a pool of blood. Soon, she will probably recover what happened during that time only to remember seeing Jordan attack Heather. Then, she will know she is innocent on Young and the Restless. 3. Ian Ward's return revealed to Sharon on My and R. Also, Sharon might have regained consciousness during a blackout long enough to see Ian's face. Or she could have heard Jordan saying Ian's name and talking to him. Also, it's always a possibility that he is the person who took Heather's life. Sharon has a traumatic history with Ian, so if memories of him surface, it'll be horrifying. No doubt, she thinks he's still in prison, but if she remembers seeing him, she'll know he's free. Then, she'll realize her family is in danger. 4. Young and the Restless prediction. Sharon was talking to Ian instead of Cameron Kirsten. In addition to seeing Ian, she also might have had full-on conversations with him while hallucinating Cameron Kirsten the whole time. She already knew he was a hallucination. Perhaps Ian was there making her think he was Cameron. Being a former cult leader, he's great at manipulation and playing mind games. Plus, with Sharon under the influence of PCP, he could have very well made her see him as Cameron. That way, he could manipulate her mind on Young and the Restless, and also make her do what he wanted, like disposing of Heather's body. Ian may have actually been there with her and not just a vision of Cameron. Additionally, Ian was likely by her side, convincing her to kill Daniel Romalotti, and that ultimately led to Heather's tragic death on Young and the Restless. 5. My and R prediction. Sharon remembers catching Jordan in MedSwap. Another disturbing memory that Sharon digs up could be seeing Jordan at her house swapping out her bipolar medication for the PCP. Perhaps they even got into an altercation. My and R is heating up fast, and there's no telling what will come next. Don't miss a moment to see what else Sharon Newman discovers during Hypnosis on the CBS soap opera. It's sure to be a game changer.